Hi guys, so today I'm just gonna break down the fight between Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan. Now bear in mind this fight happened a long time ago. So this was their first Arman Tsarukyan's very first fight in the UFC. And he was fighting an Islam who wasn't very experienced, but somewhat more experienced than Arman Tsarukyan. So Arman was like 22 years old when he fought Islam. And Islam was I think 27 years old, probably. That was like a while ago. So I'm gonna try to break down this fight.
They touch him up. Sarukian in the red, Makhachev in the grey.
So you saw how Saryukin, even by watching this fight, you can actually see the Saryukin striking was actually not bad. This was like a good roundhouse that he opened the fight with. So yeah, let's go. So his striking is not that bad. We know that his striking was still kind of there.
Sarukian's been bowling around fight week with this glint in his eye, and the only other person that I would compare him to about that is actually his teammate, Peter Yan. It's like he knows something that we don't, and we're about to find out what that.
And by the way, just to mention one thing, when Arman Saryukin took this fight, he took this fight on a short notice, only 2 weeks. So he did not have like a full training camp for the fight, and that's one of its basically one of his argument against Islam Makhachev for the fight right now. That when they fought first time, he didn't have a training camp, but this time he has like a proper training camp. So the fight results are going to be different. We'll see what happens. I mean, at the same time, you could have the same argument for Islam as well. Like he was preparing for like a completely different guy, and he wasn't expecting Arman to be that good. The wrestling was really something that surprised Islam actually in the first fight.
Might be.
Lots of kicks to start with.
Yep.
Trying to maintain that distance between them. Reminding Makhachev that there's a danger if he rushes forward. That spinning back kick's not necessarily on the table against the southpaw, though. What would you say, Paul? You're taekwondo.
Now interesting.
Okay, one thing I would mention, we've seen both of those guys slipping. So Islam was throwing like a left kick and then he slipped. So I feel like the surface is slippery.
Both those guys
both guys
slipped
slipped.
right here in this first round. Very unfortunate. Right. Yeah, I agree, Dave. Unless you can switch your stance and throw it the other side, I wouldn't throw it. It's going to throw you off in a position that's probably going to leave you wide open for a takedown, honestly, because you're going to go to the outside of their body if you miss it.
And give your back.
Okay, that's already something new for Islam, I think. Because normally what happens is when Islam is trying to wrestle with the guy, so Islam does like upper body wrestling very well. And that's what he went for. But he doesn't expect the other guy to actually wrestle back. So most of the times people are actually trying to avoid the wrestling. They're trying to get out of the clinches. But this guy is actually Islam is trying to do the wrestling. And this guy actually shot for a single leg. So that's interesting.
Exactly.
Even if you land on the midsection, you slide off.
This is significant because Makhachev has never been taken down in his UFC career.
Still hasn't been taken down.
Still hasn't been taken down in his UFC. Correction.
So it's not significant yet, John.
We were talking, John. Sorry. I thought I was on the cusp of something great. Totally kidding. You know, that's why I never did comedy. It's just timing's always out.
This is good pressure early.
This is a smart idea, though, possibly, to flip the script on Makhachev. Did you pressure him? Well,
But then again, if Sarukian's team felt like kicking was the difference in this fight,
maybe
then
closing distance wasn't the way to go there.
this may be instinct. This may be instinct kicking in.
Makhachev said that although his 4-fight winning streak is impressive, 5 is definitely more impressive, and he'll start making some ambitious calls.
I would say Makachev's takedown defense is really impressive, to be honest, because Arman had that single leg for like a long, long time.
Out to hold.
wow.
Lovely slip
Straight into mount.
That is exemplary. What a...
Okay, guys, that was beautiful. I'm just going to go back. I don't know if he tripped him. That was a very good upper body takedown, but I do want to see... Islam has a very strong background in judo, by the way. But I do want to see if he tripped him as well. So...
Impressive. 5 is definitely more impressive, and he'll start making some ambitious call-outs. Lovely slips.
That was beautiful. Yes, he did. He did left trip him. Islam's balance is so good. I think this is like an underrated part of Islam's game. Like people say his wrestling is so good. His wrestling is very good, but he also got very strong jiu-jitsu. Strong jiu-jitsu and also strong judo.
Straight into mount.
That is exemplary. What a beautiful sequence. And he's trapped the arm as well.
Yeah.
Sarukian's only got his left arm to help defend himself.
Terrible position.
Cries of Islam are ringing
Look at those
around.
heavy hips. Look at those heavy hips. Beautiful butterfly work from Sarukian. Really nice work.
Okay, I don't think Islam was expecting Saryukin to get the butterfly hooks like this and then just get out of that position. That was really nice.
It's great to scramble,
He's
but
got to
my
watch his neck.
goodness.
He's got to watch his neck. Squared up well, but he's going to get snapped down here.
Or knee in the face. Yep.
And that's another part of Islam's game that people don't actually rate. His clinches are so good. Like, he will try to get a grip on your head, get like a headlock or like a body lock or something, and then he will keep on throwing the knees. Like, he's constantly throwing the knees.
He blocked that well, though, Sarukian did. He's trying to throw his arm to the side to create some space. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Good scramble to top position,
Beautiful
though.
job. From
That's pretty
Sarukian.
lovely too.
He's got his neck.
What a great battle this
He's
is.
using the cage to try to get a better position on it. He's stepping on the fence to actually prop himself up to get a better angle on this guillotine. But I think he's going to give up
Arms
on
come
it.
in now.
Oh, that's
You know,
inside.
we did see Makachev giving his neck up over and over again against Nick Lentz, but
Yes.
not one time did he get caught with something.
And if you're not going to get, if you're going to be able to avoid Nick Lentz's guillotine,
Right?
you can be getting out of anybody's guillotine. 'Cause
Exactly.
That guy's got a sneaky fast guillotine.
It is something that we see quite a lot, though. He does leave his neck vulnerable. I mean, obviously, if his defense is so good, then it might be something he's not going to be worried about too much. But that also might leave him overzealous.
Oh,
Nice.
lovely timing there.
Hand on the canvas. Still not counted as a takedown, I don't
I
believe.
know. I thought we had one there for a second.
Guys, I am so impressed. Actually, I'm watching this fight again. I'm like, Islam's takedown defense is so good. Like, Islam was trying to throw a knee, a head knee, and Arman actually caught him, and Islam's balance was off of this. The way he actually stood on his stood on his feet. I mean, one of his leg was in the air. Like, that would have been a takedown against 99% of the UFC fighters. Just amazing balance. And even when Arman got his back, it's like Islam stayed on his feet, didn't go on his knees.
Now 0 for 3 on the stats at the moment. Oh, look at that! Does that count? No. My goodness, what a scramble!
Man, his wrestling is ridiculous.
Is he going to go far side hook? Oh, nice work by Makachev to
They
stand up.
counted that one, Dan. They counted that one officially.
Okay, so officially a takedown because Islam's hands and knees are on the ground. So first takedown.
It's significant, John.
Thank you.
Nice work using the butterfly hooks as well to continue moving the scramble along. He did the same thing when he was on the floor on his back as well.
Sarukian won the Tiger Muay Thai tryouts in 2018, which got him a year's free training, accommodation and meals. It's a fantastic scheme that they have over in Thailand. A lot of people from all around the world go for that.
Nice, look at that. He's
That
going
little
for the
trip.
yeah wrist control
Sneaky.
again. He pulls the wrist across the midsection to twist the body towards the foot sweep and then blocks the foot.
I like that. I'm stealing that. Thank you, Makachev.
Yeah, right. If you can get that straight to mount in your next fight.
Hey, listen, give me. let me at least attempt it first, Dan.
Nice Bertie boxing from Makachev. Now we've got some space. Do we see some kicks from Sarukian here?
Makachev also has the least
Nice right
amount of
hand.
significant strikes absorbed per minute in UFC history.
Timing on the level change with a good sprawl from Makachev.
Last few seconds.
That was that shot for the takedown was actually beautiful because Islam was trying to throw a punch and Arman just saw it coming. But again, I would say Islam's takedown defense is so good that even though Arman caught him with like a most beautiful timing ever, he still can't finish the takedown.
In this round.
But I think after the first round, Islam is a little bit surprised because I don't think he was expecting Arman to wrestle like this. He wasn't expecting a competition like this. Because normally when Islam is fighting people are on the back where they're trying to like defend the takedowns. But Arman actually coming at him, trying to take him down. So that must have actually got to Islam.
What a contest we have here between Islam Makhachev and Arman Sarukian. Brilliant wrestling exchanges. Very difficult to even keep up with it. Dan, what were the messages between the corners?
I wasn't really sure, to be honest, John. I was more paying attention to the posture of both the fighters. You know, Makachev, it's the first time he's been under any kind of real wrestling offensive where he's had to be on the back foot. But he seemed very calm and calm.
By the way, I think this fight is going to look much different from the first fight, because from the first fight, you can actually see these guys have striking, but they're not very established strikers. So although they both are trying to throw the kicks, they can close the distance and they can actually come in, and Islam is trying to do the clinch work, which is trying to explore because he knows he's just better at the clinch work. This time, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult because Arman has established his striking a lot. He's been knocking more people out now. He's got power in his hands. He's older now. He's more experienced. He's more explosive than previously. He's put on a bit of weight as well. And even Islam, he's like from outside fighting, I think he's improved a lot for Islam. After having like back-to-back fights with Volkanovski and then his head fight for Dustin Poirier, you can see his speed has improved. He's a better outside striker now than he was previously. So I think this fight might actually look a bit different from the first fight.
Confidence in his corner. The difference here is, you know, how does Sarukian approach this second round? Does he continue trying that wrestling offensive, which really they're kind of butting heads against? They're kind of 50-50 in that one. Or does he start to diversify his attack, see a few more kicks that may set up the power hands that we know he's got as well?
I'm just really impressed with his wrestling. I mean, Makhachev is one of the best out there. And he was able to take him down, even if it was for just a split second, but he was able to mix it in and counter his wrestling and flow with him, which is impressive all on its own.
One thing that's evident when you shoot on Makhachev is that you don't get the takedown defended. It gets defended and then you get punished for it by getting stuck in a front head.
That was nice. Little arm drag by Arman, and then he went for the elbow right after that. So yeah, good work in the close proximity.
Yeah, this is some really high-level answering, though, by Sarukian, who actually played hockey to a good level, but really did find his North Star with MMA. Wrestling was part of that growing up. But as we see, he does it so very well. For mixed martial arts, went high there.
One thing I would say about the kicks of Arman, I'm sure they've improved now, but when he was kicking in that fight, you could see Islam could see those kicks coming from a mile away because he's not actually setting them up. He's not throwing the punches to set up the kicks. So anytime he's going for the head kick, like his kicks have got good stretch. You could see he could go for like a head kick. But as Islam can see it every single time that the kick is coming, he's blocking it every single time. So it's not causing much of damage.
Doing a good job circling to the close side of Makhachev here, circling to the lead leg, taking away that, throws the back kick. I feel like that would expose his back.
He's got to be careful throwing it, but watch, we say that until he lands it.
Yeah, right.
He's shooting a lot here.
I feel like that entry to the takedown was much more to come up into a clinch position. But he's got to watch that wrist control from Makhachev again.
See, Islam has done it like for the third or the fourth time in a row. So anytime they get into like a clinch position, anytime Arman is going for the takedowns now, Islam can see it. Not unlike the first round when Islam was getting caught by the takedowns, let's say. Not getting taken down, but he was getting caught by the timing. So now Islam sprawls every single time Arman goes for the takedown. But look at the position they end up in. So they stand up, and Islam always goes for like underhook on one side, and then he grabs the wrist on one side. So that's to set up the trip again. Like his upper body work is so nice.
He's going to grab that far side wrist. Now he's blocking it. He's trying to fight that wrist control. But he knows that.
Makhachev too.
He knows that trip's there now. He's been caught with it one time.
That's probably what he's trying to do as well, is land that right knee, and then switch the side, and that's when he goes with that left foot out, gets that trip. He doesn't have that full wrist control. They're just kind of like playing back and forth with who's controlling that hand right now. He's putting his hand there in that position. He's trying to actually control Makhachev's hand right now.
Cries of Islam ringing around the arena. They have been behind their man all week. Oh, there it is again. So quick. Just swipes away the leg. Runs
really
the pipe
nice
down to the mat, but Sarukian does a really good job of getting straight.
That was really nice by Islam. So Arman tried to do the arm drag again from the side, but Islam was ready for it. That didn't work out, and then Islam kind of tripped him. Didn't finish the takedown over there, but then he went for the single leg after that and finished the takedown from there.
Back up.
We may see another contender emerging here in this division, just based on how 50-50 this is. Some wrist control here. You can see Sarukian's locked in on a Kimura grip here, but forced to let go of it.
This kid is
Oh,
ridiculous.
still on it.
Kimura.
Okay, Arman is trying to play jiu-jitsu on the ground now. He's got a Kimura, but he doesn't have the legs on the side, so that's not going to work. That's not gonna work. He has to get his leg over to actually finish it.
Still on it, still on it.
How insane would that be right now?
Now this is very much a strength-based move, especially when your opponent's wise to what's happening.
You could potentially use it to just sweep or get some space and force Makhachev to have to defend it, maybe move around, and he can use that to pop back up to his feet.
Or using the butterfly hook as well to control that far side and sweep him over towards the Kimura. Now he lets go of it.
Sarukian was looking around for some instruction from his corner. His coach Sergey.
Good luck hearing anything in here right now.
Yeah, he left home from his family to actually move in with his coach.
That is really
Years
nice.
ago.
That hip pressure that he uses to
Oh,
slide
yeah.
past the guard. So strong,
Back up to his
sir.
feet. That's insane.
That was insane, guys. Islam was in the side control. He had the top side control. And Arman just got up from there. That is crazy strength.
Beautiful job.
Yeah, right.
Both guys. I mean, the back and forth grappling you're seeing right now. This is when you see wrestling and MMA grappling at its finest. And this, to me, is exciting to watch. You don't know what's going to happen, who's going to end up on top at any different time.
I'm going to put it out there. I don't believe that the Makhachev camp really thought they were going to be in for this level of
No,
wrestling.
I don't think so either. I think they thought they were going to dominate in that position.
Heading towards the last 30 seconds of this second round now. It's so difficult to score. I mean, one takedown of 7 for Makhachev. Sorry, 2 takedowns of 7 for Makhachev, 1 of 8 for Sarukian. I mean, the strikes, 10 ahead for Makhachev, 37 to 27 on total strikes. I mean, that still razor
The
thin.
judges don't see that.
No, very difficult to score this fight.
Last 10 seconds. Some great grappling exchanges.
Okay, it's a close round. It's a close fight, but I would give both of the rounds to Islam Makhachev, actually. The first round, Arman did take him down, but Islam took him down as well. The second round, Islam finished 1 takedown. I don't think Arman got a takedown. Arman had some nice, like, scrambles. He landed, like, a nice elbow, but I think Islam was more sort of, like, dominant. Second round, I would say, was pretty much, like, equal. It's pretty much like a close round, so it's hard to score it, but I would say Islam.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that in the first round. That was a beautiful sweep there. What he does is he controls the wrist, pulls it across your body, and then trips you, outside trip. And he actually, the first round ended up in mount with that, but we see the counter wrestling from Sarukian here is ridiculous. He is battling back. He's getting his own takedowns. He actually was able to take Makhachev down. He attempts that sweep again, but Sarukian defends it up. I mean, these guys have been going back and forth in grappling. If you can't get excited about grappling and wrestling based on this fight, then don't watch.
Herb's not even sending them back to their corner now. They want to start in a 50-50 position, I think.
Who's starting down in this round? Yeah.
Sarukian
nice
with a
right
right hand, nice.
What would you say that was, like a Hadouken?
A Hadouken?
Hadouken?
Yeah. I knew it was coming at some point. It had to, right?
I feel like Makhachev's got to make something happen this round.
Wow, that was a really nice little...
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Check out the fake that he did. He kind of faked the hook, and then he came up with an overhand right. So, Arman Sarukian.
Hadouken?
Yeah. I knew it was coming at some point. It had to, right?
I feel like Makhachev's got to make something happen this round.
Yeah, Islam still kind of blocks it, but that was beautiful.
Oh, that was a really nice little slip over right hand.
Oh, kick! Huge kick there. That must have rattled the chin of Sarukian.
And that was something they didn't expect from Makhachev.
No.
The kicking game.
May only be able to use that kicking credit one time, though. Now Sarukian's wise to it. He already reached for that first kick. Although maybe Makhachev's fainting, he's going to go high next.
Let's talk about how in shape these guys are.
Yeah, that's a
because
good point.
That's a grueling pace. We're in the third round. Neither one really seems to be over-breathing or slowing down that much. I mean, obviously, they're a little fatigued. It's the third round of an MMA fight where there's been a lot of wrestling, but both guys came in shape for this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that Makhachev looked fresher going back to the stool, if I'm honest. But
Islam has a very strong defense, by the way. His hands are constantly up. and he's constantly fainting.
Sarukin's recovered very quickly as he tries to set up the shot.
He's having success there on the feet. I think he should have just kept going with that. But like you said earlier, Dan, that could just be his instincts. That's what he's done in his other fights. Is boom, 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 takedown, double leg, slam a guy down.
You know what? You know when you're watching something that's so high level is when what they're making it look like slow motion.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful that this wrestling is almost like it's happening in slow motion, but it's just the finesse in which they're both operating.
Sarukin looking over at his corner, checking up at the big screen.
Neither of these fighters have actually seen the scorecards for a loss in their careers, so they've always been favoured.
Oh, nice little elbow off the break there.
Arman has done it third time now, so every time they break a clinch, Arman goes for that right elbow. He's done it third time now.
Sarukin, I would, if I was in his corner, tell him not to spin and kick.
No spin.
Just.
Oh! Amazing takedown defense with a
big
nice
knee there
knee
from
as he
Makhachev.
stands. Question is this now starting to fatigue Sarukin? Is he starting to slow down, right?
For sure. And I think Makhachev senses that, gets a big takedown.
See, has Sarukin already thrown the kitchen sink at this point?
Look at that leg
Okay, this time Makhachev has actually got his legs locked after the takedown.
control. Beautiful binding of the legs there. This is the speciality of this team, really.
What's he getting, Dan?
There's the wrist bar.
What's
There
it
it is,
called?
the Dagestani handcuff.
Dagestani handcuff, man.
You're on it, Paul. And he's right in his corner as well.
Makhachev has got the Dagestani handcuff on.
Oh, we can see Javier Mendez and Khabib's coach in the corner.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes.
There's a lot of knowledge and experience in that corner, right accessible to him.
Makhachev 3-1 on takedowns. It's not for a want of trying, however, by Sarukian.
Oh, no, man. We said it.
One thing I like about Sarukin is he never actually accepts the bottom position. So anytime Islam Makhachev takes him down, he gets up quickly and gets whatever, like underhook or something, or shoots back like for the single leg or something to go for the takedown himself. He never accepts the bottom position. And that's the rule of MMA. Like, you could be a really good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist, but in MMA it's not effective to actually stay at the bottom. Just getting up is like the best idea.
When he came out, he didn't seem overwhelmed. He seemed to be enjoying the moment, and he fought like it. He came out here to win. He didn't come out here to be a sacrificial lamb. He came out here to put on a show.
Sure.
And I can't wait to see what's next for the guy if he doesn't win a decision here tonight. But, I mean, he's still in this fight.
You've got to think after a performance like this, he's going to struggle to get a fight in this division. Most guys aren't going to want to deal with
I don't
someone
wanna
that's...
fight
we found his next matchup. Driving into the fence is Makhachev, who's going to try and secure another takedown here.
Yeah, you can see the face of Sarukian. He's feeling it a little bit. Another takedown.
He's using that butterfly hook, but
Okay, I think Sarukin might be tired now. The thing is, Sarukin did not have a full camp, so that might be the difference in this fight now. So, although this is going to be like a 5-round fight, it's going to be a great test for Arman Sarukin, but he's going to have a full camp, so he might not get tired. Like, in the third round, you could actually see Islam is getting the takedowns now. Like, Sarukin is trying really hard, but I think he's not able to keep up with the pace now anymore.
just
Heavy hips.
Yeah, the float of Makhachev just too much. 4-1 now on takedowns for Makhachev.
Ankle lock possibly if Sarukin can create some space.
I just don't know if he's got the energy to push Makhachev off enough to get to that leg. He's trying. You just see Makhachev just sitting down on him.
I think his hips are a heavyweight, to be honest. He might be a lightweight, but his hip weight is heavy.
Same with Habib, man. I'm sure it's the same kind of pressure. You can't. It's something you can't see as somebody watching. You have to grapple with it.
Where
And be
they
like,
go
oh my
again,
God.
base of the legs, real sovereignty on the ground from Makhachev. Head pressure and just punching above his head into the face of Sarukin. He's doing a great job, but
So are we going to call those the Dagestani leg irons then?
And that's all you, Dan. That's all you.
what a fight. What a fight.
That was a great fight. Really.
Okay, guys, amazing fight. I have it 30-27 to Makhachev, but I think after the results, they gave it 29-28 to Makhachev, 1 round to Arman Sarukin. It was a good fight. It was a close fight. None of the rounds was like a dominant sort of round, but I would say Islam outgrappled him Arman Sarukian was really good at grappling, but I think because Islam got 4 takedowns against Arman's 1 takedown, that's why they gave the fight to Islam.
Evenly matched.
For the winner by unanimous decision, Islam!
But yeah, I'm really excited for the next fight, and I want to see how this fight plays out. Now we know for sure that both of those fighters have improved leaps and bounds. They are much better fighters now. Their striking has improved to a different level now. Like Islam Makhachev, he outstruck Dustin Poirier. Arman Sarukian has improved his striking. He's been getting knockouts. He's been fighting like high level guys. Even the grapplings have improved. Like Arman Sarukian, I'm sure he's improved his jiu-jitsu a lot. He was fighting Charles Oliveira in the last fight. And Arman, he was pretty young when he fought Islam the first time, so I'm sure he's grown physically stronger as well. And he's in his prime. Like, this is the best stage right now. So I'm really excited for the fight. I see how it plays out. In the first fight, I could see Islam was a little bit stronger than Arman, so he was getting most of the takedowns, and he had better conditioning. So this time, Arman is going to come with a full camp, and because he's grown older, his muscles have grown up fully. So I want to see like who's the strongest of the two. So let's see what happens. I'm going for Islam. I think Islam still beats him because I think Islam is used to 5 rounds, is more experienced. But if Arman wins, I wouldn't be surprised.